Hello and welcome to Chapter 6 Key Highlight Video, Verbal Following, Exploring and Focusing Skills. Chapter 5 have discussed empathy, authenticity, and listening. This chapter is all about how to keep the conversation going and moving while helping the client feel heard. Let's talk about it. The core message that I have for you guys for this chapter is a strong social worker follows the client's story without getting lost in it and provides direction without taking control. Some of the skills that we have for this chapter is verbal following. What is verbal following? Verbal following is these phrases that we use to help assure the client or the patient that we are following the conversation. Some of those forms that we have or phrases that we have is like, oh, I see, go on, or tell me more, or like, right? Or an accent response. If the client says, I feel trapped, and you go and assure them, it's like, oh, trapped, tell me more. So now we're moving on with that conversation and they feel heard. Because sometimes one thoughtful word can create more depth than several questions. Okay, exploring skills. When we're looking into exploration, this is when I wanted to learn more about the client. I wanted to know more about their thoughts, emotions, experiences, environment. Start with open-ended questions. Do not do any yes or no questions. Any questions like, what has that been like for you? Or how have you been coping? Or what methods have been helpful in the past? Or how did you go through similar situation to what you're experiencing right now, right? So open-ended questions gather more insights. When you explore to understand, not necessarily to collect information. When we're talking about clarification, this is I wanted to truly understand or be clear of what the client meant with a statement has been shared with us. For example, you've mentioned that you feel stuck. What does that feeling mean to you? Being stuck, right? What does that mean? Explain to me. So I'm listening here and I'm hearing two different paths that you're trying to look into. Are you trying to choose or pick one of them? Is one of them is more preferable than the other, and why? That's more of a clarification, wanted to hear. Cultural humility means asking what the client means instead of assigning our own meaning to it. That's why you wanted more clarification. Reflection or reflect. When we reflect on content that the client shared with us, we reflect on feelings, we reflect on emotions that's being shared, different statements that being shared. And if we don't understand it, certainly we want to follow with a clarification technique behind it. But a strong reflection usually reaches beneath or underneath those words without pretending to know more than the client. All right, focusing skills. This is when we redirect the client back to the issue or to what is important right now or to what needed to be addressed right now at this moment, because focusing creates direction without taking away the client's voice. Next one, we have summarization and transitions. Summarization and transitions is techniques that we use when we're about to transition from one stage in the helping process to another, or from one subject to another in the conversation. If I've been with my client for about 45 minutes and my therapy session is about to end, this is when I'm going to conclude and transition into, well, let me touch base on what we've discussed today and what we've achieved and what are your follow-up for you for next time and what's the follow-up on my end for next time. This is how we transition and summarize what happened, and then transition to the end until the next time I see you, this is what will happen. The final takeaway that I would like for you guys to really take with you, follow is stay with the client, explore is invite deeper understanding, clarify is to check the client's meaning, reflect, we reflect on content, emotions, and meaning, and make sure you mention that. Make sure you name it. We focus, we decide together what needs attention right now, and we summarize to organize and confirm understanding. The question that I have for you guys is, when listening to someone, do you naturally stay with their story, ask more questions, or move quickly toward the solution? How could that habit help you or limit your practice? Now, effective communication balances presence with direction. We follow the client's story, deepen understanding, and create focus without controlling the conversation. All right, thank you.